Glock G43 falls between the Glock G42 and the Glock G48. You might consider it a transition pistol, as it is an upgrade in caliber to the G42, yet not quite the size of the G48. The Glock G43 is a subcompact 9mm caliber pistol that is slightly larger than the G42 and smaller than the G48. It has a 3.41-inch barrel that is longer than the G42 and shorter than the G48. It has advantages over the G42 and disadvantages to the G48. However, advantages and disadvantages are open to speculation. The slide is like any other Glock pistol, scaled to the cartridge. Rear slide serrations, front and rear polymer sights all mimic other size Glock pistols. The NDLC slide coating is the same found on all Gen 5 Glock pistols. The barrel, a tad longer by 0.16 inch than the 3.25 inch barrel of the G42. The slide width at only 0.04 inches wider than the G42. The total height is only 0.12 inch higher than that of the G42. The grip width is 0.08 inch thicker than the G42, yet capacity is the same, but in 9mm caliber. The texture of the grip is the same texture as that found on all Gen 5 Glock pistols, and like all Gen 5 Glock pistols, there are no finger grooves on the front strap of the grip. The takedown lever, slide lock lever, and magazine release are in their usual positions. The magazine release can be mounted for right side operation. The slide lock, however, is left side only. The G43 contains the same type trigger as found on all Glock pistols, and the safe action is incorporated. Glock's website claims the G43's trigger brake at 5.5 pounds. The Glock G43 that I have averaged 5.8 pounds with a 5-pull average. The trigger brake's clean and reset is quick. The grip has a decent amount of texturing and a deep recess for the web of the shooting hand to get a high grip. As with most small guns, my pinky didn't have anything to hang on to, which for me makes the gun much harder to shoot well. Pierce grip extensions installed on the Glock factory magazines fixed the problem right away. Field stripping the G43 is no different from any other Glock pistol, but let's run through it for those not familiar with the takedown procedure. First, make sure that the gun is unloaded before you disassemble it. Remove the magazine and then check that the chamber is empty, and make sure to remove any ammunition present. Next, you need to pull the trigger if the Glock is cocked. Then pull the slide back about 1/4 inch. If you happen to cock the action while doing so, pull the trigger again and repeat. Pull the takedown lever down from both sides and then pull the slide assembly off of the frame. Remove the guide rod assembly and then remove the barrel. That's it. That's all you need to do to field strip your Glock. To assemble the G43, first install the barrel into the slide. Install the guide rod assembly. Ensure that the rear of the guide rod assembly is fully seated in the half-moon cutout of the barrel. Install the slide to the frame until you hear a click. The slide is now fully installed onto the frame. I insert one A-zoom snap cap into the magazine. My reason is threefold. First, I protect the striker by providing a soft surface to strike after I pull the trigger. Second, I can check extraction. And third, I can check ejection. After inserting an A-zoom or equivalent snap cap into the magazine, insert the magazine fully into the frame. Release the slide if you have locked the slide back, or simply move the slide to the rear completely, and release the slide to load the snap cap. Point the pistol in a safe direction and attempt to pull the trigger without pressing the trigger safety. The trigger should not move into the frame, thus preventing the pistol from firing. Pull the trigger with the trigger safety fully pressed, and the striker should release. Move the slide forcibly to the rear. The slide should lock into place since there is nothing in the magazine. The snap cap should be extracted and ejected, or at least free of the extractor. That's it. The G43 is fully ready for whatever you wish to do with it. For me, we are heading to the range. A light and subcompact 9mm pistol, like the G43, takes some range time to become proficient with it. I have to concentrate on keeping those sights aligned while trying to keep a good grip on the pistol. With my finger length, trying to keep that pull straight back is a challenge. Normally, I find myself indexing the first joint of my trigger finger on the trigger and trying to pull straight back from there without flexing the rest of the hand. I definitely have to concentrate on the squeeze. The G43 is, obviously, not a target pistol. It is made for very close range. Like the G42 at 7 yards, I was fighting for control of the G43 to hit what I wanted. I had installed my usual Hogue finger groove slip-on grips for help holding on to the diminutive grip surface available to me. And with the extended magazine base, I am in better control of the pistol. As expected, the G43 fed, fired, extracted, and ejected whatever cartridges were installed in the magazines. Normally, and when I carry the G43, there will be a 6+1 round initial capacity. I was only using 6 rounds per magazine for this range time, and wanted to limit my shooting to Mozambique drills once I got the hang of things. Recoil is snappy. Because of the caliber, 9mm, muzzle lift is more pronounced than with the G42, and also the G48. It is, however, controllable with a good grip. Upgrades to the G43, as with the G42, primarily consisted of adding the Hogue wraparound grip to give me a better purchase on the gun, adding magazine extensions to the provided magazine that does not have one, and or purchasing spare mags with extensions installed. The standard Glock sights are fine for the intended purpose of this pistol. Concealing the G43 is not as simple as stowing it in a pants pocket like the G42. The G43 carries well in my Alien Gear Cloak Tuck 3.5 IWB holster and the Gelco Classic Light 2 shoulder holster. These are my favorite holsters for both single stack and double stack Glocks. Many will want to carry the G43 appendix, and that is something that I don't condone. However, it's your genitals and femoral arteries. I invite you to shop for the best holster, regardless of carry method, that will keep your person safe. The G43 is an interesting little handgun. Of course, if you have not held the G42 and G48 for comparison, difference matters not. I don't discount the .380 caliber for defensive use, nor do I the 9mm, and I do believe that the G43 is an excellent tool to put it through. While not a pants pocket pistol, in my opinion, it can serve the purpose of a backup or primary firearm. If the quantity of cartridges is a concern, then possibly the G26 might fit the bill, with added cartridges and thickness, or possibly the G48 with its added cartridges, a thinner grip but larger size. Well, my friends, I have come to the end of the story. I sincerely hope that you will join me again for my other gun and gear reviews. Until then, stay safe out there.